Could you welcome our next gen students? Okay, so we're just going to have a quick chat. We recognize the next gen students here at the beginning of the day. We wanted to bring two of them up here so you could see how brilliant and excited they are about all of this. So to my left is Olamide Bisi-Amosun, and next to her is Zoe Campbell. I just wanted you two to say, where are you studying, what are you studying, and what degree are you pursuing to start?
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Olamide Bisi-Amosun. I'm a graduate student, a PhD student at Purdue University, and I'm studying youth development and agricultural education, but my focus is on social factors that influence food decisions among farming households.
Great. Zoe.
My name is Zoe Campbell. I'm a PhD candidate at Washington State University, and I'm also affiliated with Nelson Mandela African Institution of Science and Technology, which is based in Tanzania. So my doctoral degree is interdisciplinary, so any discipline I can use to answer the research question I'm looking at, which is essentially what are the barriers and determinants to smallholder use of livestock vaccines, especially for chickens in Tanzania. So the technology exists, but why is it that only a few households are using them relatively?
Very good. And I asked you to be thinking about an insight or something that's memorable from this last couple of days, because you've been participating in events, not just that everyone here has seen, but as other events as well. And I wonder if you just take a moment to share a reflection, something that you'll take away from this experience later, something that's motivated you to do something different or the same. Want to start, Olamide?
Okay. Like I've been thinking about it, and it's very hard to kind of put everything in like a few words. But I've been inspired. That's one thing I'll take away from here. As a grad student, it's easy to get caught up in research and grades and things like that. But coming to this symposium has really like inspired me a lot. Meeting like 19 other people that are like peers that are doing something with regards to global food security. It makes me feel like secured and kind of inspired that I won't be alone in the future. Yeah. And also being in a room with like people who have dedicated their whole lives to like global food security is also very inspiring moving forward. And I'm excited that this is why I wanted to do this in the first place. And I'm excited for the future.
Thank you. Thank you for spending time with us. And Zoe?
I'll be honest, I came here with a bit of an aversion to policy. If I would hear about policy, I would say, that has nothing to do with what I'm doing, let me go over here. But I've also spent the last 4 years working in the area of food security. I worked as an extension officer, as part of the Peace Corps, and now I'm a researcher. And so I've realized I came here today thinking, I need to get over this aversion because a lot of important things happen in policy, and if I can take one thing away, it's that we need a lot of people who can help take information from the field and format it into a way that makes sense for stakeholders and for policymakers and for politicians. The same for research. Research is getting stuck in the field, or it's getting stuck in universities, and there's no one to move that information out. So I realized that part of my role upcoming as a young person is to take that information and be able to speak a lot of different languages and make that information more accessible to people. So at the exact time that I wanted to do this, the Chicago Council brought me on board, introduced me to a lot of other wonderful students who are doing a lot of important work, and so I've come to the conclusion that it's a responsibility that's being handed to us, but I think by being welcomed into this community and by talking about these things, it's a responsibility that we're ready to take on.
Thank you. And I just want to say, having been part of this community for a while, it warmly welcomes you. We are excited to have people who are excited about food security and agriculture. And you heard the conversation about how do we make agriculture interesting? Do we have an image problem? We're glad we're reaching you. We're glad that you're passionate about it. We hope you become disciples for agriculture and food security and nutrition at your home universities. And actually, before we wrap up, I want to ask the other Next Gen delegates to stand up one more time. If you've noticed, a lot of the good questions have been coming from some of our Next Gen students. Could you stand up again? Thank you. Thank you. And I would just encourage all of us to find them over happy hour, share a drink with them, share a business card with them, and thank you so much for coming, and please thank them for joining us on the stage and being brave. Thank you.